Hi, Jacob with Jacob Comics. All right, we got a really fun episode tonight. We're going to be reviewing Batman 123, and it's really good and a lot of people are saying heavy stuff goes down in there, so we're going to get dived right on into that. But before we do, I do want to let you guys know about my 200 subscriber giveaway. And when we hit 200 subscribers, we're going to be giving away this book. It's the Joker #1 Mark Brooks variant cover. All you have to do is like, comment, and be subscribed to the channel, and that's going to give you a chance to win. And whoever wins is also going to win this CBCA award sticker here, and that's for the Comic Book Community Awards. And that's kind of like the Oscars for YouTube personalities that talk about comic books. You guys should really check it out. I think it's really cool, so I'm trying to support it and spread the word. All right. Well, let's get right on into the issue, right? The whole reason we're here. All right. So we got Batman 122, and I just want to show you the cover because I do really like this cover. We've got Batman and his son right there, Damian, and I'm not sure who that is in the background, but he looks pretty cool. And they are facing a new enemy, and let's find out. All right. All right. So it starts off, and we do have a couple things, as always, that we do have to cover before we get dived on into the issue. Now, first, I do want to let you guys know we're gonna go heavy into spoilers here. So if you don't want to be spoiled for Batman 123, that's your warning. And then the second thing that we always do here is I want to shout out the creative team because without the creative team we wouldn't have a comic book to read. So we have Joshua Williamson is doing the writing. We have Howard Porter as the artist, Tomeu Morey as colors, and Clayton Cowles is doing the letters. And the cover that I really liked is Howard Porter and Tomeu Morey as well. So same art team that did that amazing cover. And we start off, and there is we're introduced, if you will, to a prison inmate in the system, and he's kind of led to a waiting room, interrogation room. He's like, "What's going on?" And Batman and Robin show up, and they start interrogating him. He's like, I don't want to talk, and I'm not afraid of you, Batman." And then he's like, Robin's like, "Can I interrogate him?" And Batman's like, "Sure." And he ends up pretty scared of Robin, so he doesn't want any part of Robin. So he spills the entire beans and tells Batman and Robin everything they need to know. Basically, the gist of it is that it wasn't actually Deathstroke that killed Ra's al Ghul. It was a somebody working for. He says here. Anyways, it's someone working for someone else. He's not quite sure. He's in a costume. Yeah, that's right. He wanted a classic look. Yeah. So he doesn't know who it is, but he's like a guy that kind of looks like you. Um, so they take off, and Batman and Robin are on the case, and they get in contact with Batman Incorporated and the Ghostmaker, and at the haunt in Gotham City, Batman Incorporated is just kind of hanging out, and now Ghostmaker's the leader of Batman Incorporated, and Batman just kind of asks if they're still checking in on Slade and everything, and they're like, "Yeah, we're watching him." And he's like, "All right, well, basically, where is he right now? Because we need to go talk to him." And then we fast forward to Washington D.C., where we see Respawn, Ravager, and Deathstroke, and they're hanging out, kind of hiding out, um, sort of springing a trap here for for what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like springing a trap for for the guy that impersonated, because Deathstroke's already figured this out. He knew someone impersonated him because he knew he didn't do it. Um, and so then, as Batman and Robin are flying to Washington, D.C., they're sort of talking, and, you know, Robin reveals that he wants to help Respawn because he feels kind of culpable, as Respawn is a clone of him, or partially, and so he wants to help him, and they show up there and get into this building, and they're making their way through the building, and Batman well, before this, Robin reveals he has a girlfriend, and that kind of like throws off Batman's awareness a little bit, and he ends up tripping a sensor inside of this new bad guy's building, and so they have to jump out of the way. There's fire. There's all kinds of stuff going on, and they're jumping out, and he goes, someone beat us here, destroyed anything that could be traced. They must know we're on to them. And they find a guy that's heavily tranquilized. And Robin's like, this doesn't sound like Slade. None of this does. Father, whoever did this, I don't think it was about Ra's al Ghul at all. It's about Mother and Deathstroke. Someone wanted a war between them. And then the new bad guy says, your son is smart, Batman. And if you're as smart as I remember you are, you'll stay out of this. Let me walk so I can finally do what you couldn't. And they're like, you really think we'd let you get away with killing our grandfather? And I know you guys probably want to see what he looks like. That is what he looks like right there. It's this guy right here. And he's like, yeah, the war will stop. This war will stop once Slade Wilson is truly punished. And we see that Respawn and Deathstroke and his daughter have been watching this whole situation happen. And Respawn's like, what is he? And he says, shh. Okay, you can come out now. He goes, "What? Who are you talking to?" And Deathstroke says, "Whichever one of Batman's sidekicks is watching us, I want to talk. So let's go." And it ends up being one of the Batman Incorporated guys comes up and he goes, "I'm not a sidekick, Slade. How'd you know I was here?" And they're like, you're not, because you're not as good as Batman. And he says, Batman's not my boss. And if Batman's following a lead, if you got news, you can tell. And at the same time, he gets hit with a ninja star in the back of his shoulder, and he's like, ah! And all these ninjas come out of the woodwork, and they're like, death to Deathstroke. And so they start chasing them, and a super battle takes place between all of the ninjas, and yeah. All the ninjas and every Deathstroke family member. Deathstroke, Respawn, and Deathstroke's daughter. And they end up, and Respawn's like, Dad, get down. He's got a bunch of ninjas training guns at Deathstroke, and they unload. And they don't show, if he's hit or anything. They don't really see. Oops, sorry. They don't really see. But we do see the daughter runs up, and he goes, Deathstroke, Respawn. Crap. Batman's gonna be pissed. Respawn, Slade, Dad. Oh no. And then it shows Deathstroke holding, I want to say he's still alive, holding Respawn, and he's like, not again, not again, not again. And hopefully he's just gravely injured and not killed by this guy. That's my hope. And then it says to be continued in Deathstroke 9, Fury of Deathstroke. I don't know, maybe they talked me into that one. What are you gonna do? All right, so we do have a backup story in this one. It's it's kind of actually enjoyable. I'm gonna go into it. And so it says years ago, and it's from the last issue, so it's a continuation of the that same backup story. Batman goes, "You've been poisoned, Slade. Joker toxin." And Deathstroke says, "Ha ha 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 ha! That damn clown should have known." Batman says, "Your mission to kill Robin is over. There's a treatment, but we need to act fast. It's a miracle you're still alive. Let me get you to the Black Gate." And he says, "Change, in plans. I'm going to kill the Joker." And he runs off. And Batman's like, "Damn it, just what I need." And then we see Joker's hanging out in the bar, and he goes, "Tonight's the night. Any minute now, Batman is going to be bawling his eyes out in his cape, mourning the loss of his favorite little red baby bird who fell far from the nest. That wasn't me. That's my line." And Deathstroke says, "What did you do? Do to me?" "Death, baby. This wasn't what I wanted. You should be dead," said the Joker. "I thought for sure you have killed the boy wonder, and then you'd be smiling corpse in the Gotham morgue by now. Instead, you're here looking fabulous. What's your secret?" And Deathstroke just smiles. He says, "Super soldier serum increases my healing factor and my mind." And Joker says, "Oh, really? Now, where can someone like moi get a taste of that?" And Batman comes running in. He goes, "Drop the gun, Deathstroke." And Deathstroke says, "After I kill Joker, you and I can have our round two." And Joker says, "I wanted you to kill the sidekick, not lead the bat to me. Well, I guess if you want something done right, you just..." And Deathstroke says, "You put a kid in danger, but defend the life of someone like the Joker?" And Batman says, "No one dies tonight, no one." And he picks up the Joker over his shoulder, and Deathstroke throws a bomb, and Batman just jumps out the window with the Joker over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes. And he lands, he arrests the Joker, and then he's kind of talking with Gordon, with Detective Gordon, and he's like, "Don't tell Robin about this at all." And Robin comes landing in just as after he says that, and he's, "What I miss?" And Detective Gordon just laughs. And then we see Deathstroke kind of waking up, and he goes, "Ugh, what the hell happened to me? Why does my face hurt?" His butler says, "You went to Gotham for a hit. It didn't work out. You returned home and slept for the last 2 days. I warned you that Gotham is not a happy hunting ground." Deathstroke says, "You mean I didn't finish the contract?" "No one can ever know about this, Wintergreen. It'll be our secret." And that's the end. So I do believe, this is my guess, my theory on it. I think that's actually has something to do with why people are targeting Deathstroke now. Maybe he was supposed to have taken out a hit and didn't, and so framing him for Ra's al Ghul's murder is maybe like a retaliation for. That's just a thought I had, a theory I had, right? I definitely enjoyed the issue. Uh, Batman's backup story is definitely quite a bit more entertaining. Um, with the past two Batmans that I've read, Williamson's just a good writer, right? Like, yeah, and it's kind of interesting. He's telling like an older Batman story and in the back half, but in what I hoped was happening is that that story, though it happened in the past, has ramifications on what's happening right now in the mainline story, so that you're not like wasting your time. It's the same story. You're reading the same story. It's just kind of telling you the events that led up towards Shadow War. Anyways, that's just a theory. I thought it was a cool backup story, and you can't beat it when Joker shows up. Like, I try my best. Every time I read Joker in comics, I hear Mark Hamill's voice in my head. I do. Like, yeah. Yes, that's what I have today. Uh, the Joker showed up in the book. When we hit 200 subscribers, we'll be giving away the Joker #1. And all you have to do, like, comment, subscribe if you're watched this far into the video, and that'll enter you to win the book and the CBCA sticker. And yeah, that's all I have today. I give Batman 123 a thumbs up. It's a good read. The art's really amazing. Williamson's on point. Um, okay, I'll throw this out there. It's a grittier art style. Have you saw the panels that I showed? It's a grittier art style that's heavy shading and heavy on kind of the darkness and the atmosphere, which on another title probably wouldn't work for every title, but it it really does work on Batman. The art on there, I kind of like it because it just works for Batman, and he has a specific way that he draws Batman, and also Damien as well, and I just think that it's pretty cool actually. Like, he kind of reminds me of Jim Lee, a little bit of Jim Lee, but just maybe with some more cross hatching than Jim Lee would do. Um, so yeah, no, it's awesome. It's cool. Um, Thumbs up on it all. We'll see you guys in the next video tomorrow. Um, we got free comic book day coming up this weekend. I expect a lot of content out of everybody, and I'm gonna be the same. I got some plans for showing off the LCSs in my area and stuff like that. Remember, if you guys watch this far into the video and you like this kind of content, hey, click the link below and shop on my eBay store. It'll give me a reason to send you some comic books. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow and have a great day.